In our next video, under lesson number 3, word processing using Microsoft Word, we now move on to part number 3, which is using text boxes and shapes. So in this particular activity, you have been given an image, okay? And once you open this image, you see there is a book cover that has been given to you, and you are required to design the same book cover using Microsoft Word. So let's open a Word document. Let's open a Word document and go for a blank document. So the first thing you would notice is that the entire page is having the color of dark orange. So let's make this entire page dark orange. You can do that by going to the Design tab. Once you come to the Design tab, you have something called Page Color. So you click on Page Color and you go for something kind of like this. This is dark orange. Okay. Then the next thing you would notice is you have this text over here. The word think has been typed. So I'm going to type the word think, okay, and I'm going to make it white in color. Make it white, and then I'm going to increase the font, center align it. Do not forget, and then in center align it. And I'm going to press enter for it to go down. So I think this is okay. Let me first make sure the paper is A4 size, A4. Okay, that's better. So this seems okay. If you can get the exact font, let us see if you can get the exact font. Let me see if Arial is equal to it. No. Times New Roman. Times New Roman looks better. Let me make it one bit smaller. Okay. Then the next thing that you would notice is you have these kind of circles that will be appearing on the top. Before we do the circles, let's get this text and this text done. So when you want text to appear in a specific place, when you try and use the Microsoft Word cursor, which is over here, if you press enter, it jumps way too below and it doesn't properly match where you want the text to be. So then what you can do is you can use something which we call text boxes. So using text boxes, you can put text wherever you want it. So if you come into the insert tab and if you come onto text box and if you come into draw text box, okay, so you can draw text box just below the word think, okay, and keep it something like that. And now this text box is having is white in color and having a border which is black in color, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this text box and then automatically a shape format tab is going to open. Okay, so I'm going to come and tell inside this that the shape fill is going to have no fill, no color inside it. Also that there is going to be no border for this text box. So shape outline, no outline. Okay, so if you see, it's like as if there is no text box over here. But when I click on this area, the text box automatically opens. So I'm going to type the text that comes below. It's John Piper in all caps. So I'm going to type John Piper. And of course going to center align it. Shortcut key is Control E, and you can also increase the font by clicking on this button, or you can also press Control plus Shift plus greater than. Okay, so when you press that, you can see the font keeps increasing. Once again, I think we have to go with the Times New Roman font. Let's make this smaller, smaller, smaller. A bit bigger is okay. And then we do have another sentence which comes forward by mark null. So I'm going to go with another text box, insert, text box, draw text box. And I'm going to draw one from here to here. And I'm going to be saying forward by mark null. So once again, we do have to do the same thing where we should make sure that this text box is not visible to a normal audience, where we just click on this. Shape format opens up, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline, and do not forget this has to be center aligned. Control E can be pressed, or in the home tab we have the center align button, and we can increase the font by clicking on this, or Control plus Shift plus greater than. Okay, so that's better. Mark, what to make, put a K there. So let's put a K over there. And then also, if you do notice that this is yellow in color, So let's select this text. Let's come to the home tab and let's click over here and take yellow. That's better. Let's increase it one bit. Okay, now comes the difficult part, not very difficult. The circles have to appear. So there are basically three circles. Okay, apart from the I dot, there are three circles that should be appearing. So to get those circles, you come into the insert tab and you come into shapes, and over here you can see there are oval shape over here, so you can draw it neatly above the eye. Okay, something like this would be fine. You may want to stretch this a little, it's too much. Okay, do not forget to make this white. So once you click on it, just keep in mind the shape format tab opens. Shape fill, white color. Shape outline, white color. So instead of drawing again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply say Control C, Control V. So I get Control C means copy, Control V means paste. So I got the same shape. I'm just going to take it up like that. Make it slightly bit bigger. Okay, there you are. Make this slightly smaller. Make this slightly smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to go for the bigger circle. Insert, or I can just copy and paste. Control C, Control V. I'm going to go and keep it over here. This has to be much bigger in size, like this. So do remember that in this particular circle, there is no shape fill. Okay, there is no shape fill. There is no color inside the shape. Okay, so let's do that. Let's come over here. Shape fill, no fill. And this border, this white color border, has to be even more thicker. As you can see, this is quite a thick white border. So I'm going to come to shape outline, and I'm going to say the weight of the outline has to be something around 6 points. Okay, and then also there is some text which has to be typed inside it. So I'm going to come to the insert, text box, draw text box, and I'm going to neatly draw a text box from here to here. And once again, I'm going to make sure my text box is invisible. So under shape format, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. And I'm going to click here and type the life of the mind and the love of God. Okay, the life of the mind and the love of God. To keep in mind, this has to be entirely center aligned. So I'm going to select this text, and I can press Control E, and then I can just make it a bit bigger. Control Shift greater than. Okay, that looks better. And the color has to be yellow, and it's yellow. So I think it's not 100% similar, but somewhat close to what we have over here. Okay, so once you're done with this work, you are required to upload it back into the classroom. If you check over here, it says upload your completed work. So save this document with your full name and save it, for example, on the desktop. And then go into the classroom activity, you click on view assignment, and you can click on Adobe Create, file, select from your device, come onto the desktop and select your Word document, say open, click on upload, and once it has uploaded, now it's still uploading it, do not forget to click the turn in button.